Welcome again all of you in my YouTube math channel. Today we are going to solve IGCSE-Cambridge 2003 May and June. This is a paper 2. Now question number 1 here. Write in order of size smallest first. So as you can see here, we can change all of these numbers here to be in decimal, so then we can put them in order. So the smallest one is 0.0449, then 0.050, then 0.051. The idea is easy. 5 over 100 is 0.05, and you can add 0 here because we need to have 3 decimal places. As you can see here, we have 3 decimal places. So this question is easy question. 5 over 98, you can use your calculator and you can change it to decimal. Now here the graph below can be used to convert between euros and pounds. So the first axis here we have euros, and then we have pounds here. Be aware about how they are scaling these axes. So here we have 0, then 2, and if you count these small squares here, you will find them 10 squares. So 2 dividing 10 is 0.2, so each small square is 0.2. Don't forget that each small square is 0.2. So here we have 5 small squares, which they are 0.2 times 5, you will get 1. So here is 1. So 0, 1, 2, here also 3, 4, here is 5, 6, 7, 8, then you will have last one 9. Now same for the pounds axis. In pounds axis here we have 0, here should be 1. Yes, here we have 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5 and 6. Here we could write 5 and 6, already written. These small parts here, each one is 0.2, each here 0.2. So if you are adding them, you will get 6.4. Okay, now they need in part A to change 5 pounds into euros. So we will go to 5 pounds and we will see how equal to what in euros. So using your ruler here and your pencil or pen, so you will draw a horizontal line till you reach this this line. Almost we have it 8 here, or it could be 7.95 or 7.9. so answer here you could write it 8 or 7.95. Such these questions here, they will have a range of answers, because here it's about approximation, because the vertical line and horizontal line here, as you can see, this point here is not much clear, so you should approximate it. So they will put a range of answers. Now question 2 here. Part B, change 90 euro into pounds. So 90 euro, we do not have in the x-axis 90, but we have it in tens. So we can use a 10 here, and we will see how much in pounds. So we'll go up till we reach this point here. This is the intersection between the vertical line here and the line graph in here. Okay, so I will zoom it. So don't forget, this is here is 6. So I will zoom it in now. As we know that each small square is no more than 0.2. So here we have 0.2, and as you can see, this point here, this one here, it could be 0.1 plus 0.2, it will be 0.3. So answer here is 6.3. Then you can multiply it by 9 because this is 10 euros equals 6.3 pounds. So 9 times 6.3, we will use our calculator. So 9 times 6.3, which is equal to 56.7. So our answer will be 56.7. As I said before, there will be a range of answers. 65, sorry, yeah, 56.7. We got 56.7 euro. Next question here, we have question 3. Like the top speed of a car is 54 meters per second. Change this speed into kilometers per hour. So we need to change it from meters to be kilometers and per second to be per hour. So we'll multiply 54 times 60 minutes, then 54 times 60 minutes, then we will multiply it by 60 per hour. Then we will divide it by 1000 because we will change it from meters to kilometers. So you can use your calculator. Here we have 54 times 60 times 60 dividing by 1000. You will get 194.4 kilometer per hour. Here. So the idea is to change the seconds to be in minutes, then in minutes to be in hour. So you have to multiply 54 times 60 times 60. That means you are multiplying by 3600 minute, and then dividing them by kilometers. We know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. So if we have 54 meters, so you have to divide it by 54 meters. How many in kilometers? So you should divide by 1000, and you are going to change it to per hour. So seconds should be changed to minute, or minute should change to be hours. So you have to multiply them by 60, then 60. So if you want to change from per seconds to per hour, you have to multiply it. Your answer should be multiplied by 60 times 60. Now question 4 here. Question 4 here, it's about vectors and how you can multiply a constant with a vector by a vector. So our idea is easy in this case. We need to find the 3a. The 3a, that means each component in vector a you should multiply it by 3. So 3a in this case equal to be 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times minus 3 is minus 9. Same for b, we have 2, or you could say we have minus 2, and then you can add the two vectors. Let's say that we are going to multiply it by 2, not minus 2. So 2 times 5 and minus 1. So we will get here 2b equal 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Now 6 minus 10 is 4, because here we have to subtract. So 6 minus 10 is 4, minus 9 minus 2, it's minus 9 plus 2, which is minus 7. It's like this, minus 9 minus 2 equal to minus 7, sorry. So as I said, the idea is to find out a 3a, and you have to find out a 2b as a vectors. Question 5 here. Question 5, the ratios of teachers to male students to female students in a school are 2, 17, 18. So as a teachers we have 2 parts, 17 parts for male students, 18 parts for female students. So once you are working with the ratio, you have to find a total for all of these parts. A total for all of these parts, after adding them, you will get 37 parts in all. Now the total number of students they didn't say male or female. That means the total number of students is 665 for both male and female. So here a total for male and female, this part here, 17 plus 18 will get 35. So we have 35 total parts for female and male students. So if you are dividing 665 divided by 35, we'll get each part equal to what? So we'll use our calculator. 665 dividing 35 will get 19. We'll get 19. So to know how many the number of teachers, we should multiply 19 by 2. So 19 times 2, you will get 38. 2 times 9 is 18. 8 and 1 carry 1 up. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have 38 teachers. So the answer is 38. You should show some of your working here to get the full mark, because the method it has 1 mark and the answer has also 1 mark. A question 6 here. Question 6 here says a rectangular field is 18 meters long and 12 meters wide. Both measurements are correct to the nearest meter. Work out exactly the smallest possible area of the field. So in this case here they are asking about the smallest possible area. That means you should work with lower and upper bound. So using lower and upper bound to solve this question here. Now they correct it to nearest meter, that means to ones. Once you should half it. Once it means 1 over 2, which is equal to 0.5. Now for the meters, for meters 18 meters long, we will subtract 18 minus 0.5, will get 17.5. A reason for this why we take away 0.5, because they need the smallest. Well, area here it's long times wide. That means you should multiply the smallest possible times the smallest possible to get the smallest possible and a lower and upper bound. So 17.5 times, we will do the same for 12 meters wide. We need the smallest lower bound. So 12 minus 0.5, 11.5. I hope it's clear, this idea here. If you need anything, please write a comment. So we have 17.5 times 11.5, which is equal to 201.25. 201.25 meter square. Yes, so be careful about this type of questions, because once they are asking you about the smallest possible or the maximum possible, that means you should use the lower and the upper bound, and you should be careful if you are dividing or multiplying, because each of these operation or adding or subtraction has specific formulas. Now solve the inequality here. Solving the equality here like solving a simple equation. So we need to delete, we need x to be alone, isolated as in here. So x should be greater than something, less than something. So plus 5 to the all sides. we'll get here 8 less than 2x less than 7. Divide all sides by 2. We'll get 4. 2 dividing 2 is 1. X left over is x, so x greater than 4, or and sorry, 7 plus 5, sorry, here 7 plus 5 is 12, so it's 12 over 2, and 12 over 2 is 6, so x is greater than 4, less than 6. Here in this question, complete this table of squares and cubes. The numbers are not in sequence. Okay, so you cannot predict any numbers. This is the meaning, it's not in sequence. So here we have a number is a 3. Square, that means you should multiply it by itself 2 times, you will get 9. The cube, you should multiply it by itself 3 times, you will get 27. Now a square is 121, so to find the number you should take a square root for 121, and we know that the square root has 2 values, one positive and one negative, so square root 121, this will give us to 11. So we have a plus minus 11, and for the cube, the same number here, you should multiply it by itself, and the cube here, you will see it once we are using the calculator now, so please here pay your attention. So 11 times 11 3 times, you will get 1331, but if you are multiplying it with a minus sign, you will get minus 1331. So minus 11 times minus 11 times minus 11, you will get minus. So we have 2 values, plus and minus 1331. So here the cube is 2744. The opposite operation of cube is to take the third root of 2744. So using your calculator, you will find it. So number is 2744 to the power as a fraction 1 over 3. So be careful, once you are saying the third power, it means it's a 1 over 3. So here the answer will be 14. So our answer is 14. They need a square. A number is 14. The number is 14. We need a square, so you should multiply it by 14 again. You will get 196. Our number is 14. For minus 343, as you know, square root is affected by the sign under the square root, but odd roots, they will not affect the value if it's a negative. So minus 343, we can find the value, but if we are going to find the value for the square root, the minus affect square root. And for example, let's say we know that square root of 4 is 2 and minus 2, but if I wrote down here minus 4 will give us an error. You see? So now minus 343 to the power 1 over 3. Here we have, let's do it like this. Here we have a third root. So minus 343 equal to minus 7. So number is minus 7. We need a square. So be careful. A number is minus 7, so you should multiply it again by minus 7. This is the square, so its square is 49, which is minus 7 times minus 7, and the number is minus 7. Now here in this question, we have a diagram for a line linear graph. Find the gradient of the line AB. The gradient of the line AB, it means the slope, and we know that the slope rise over run, rise over run. So here we are running 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 steps, 6 steps. So a run is 6 steps, and going up a rise, it means 1 step. So this is the gradient here. This is the gradient. This is our gradient. So the answer is 1 over 6. Now question or part B, calculate the angle that AB makes with the x-axis. The angle they needed, if they are in the x-axis in here, so if you are extended like this, you will have an angle in here, so they need this angle, and we know that in note tan, so I will clear it again. So if you are extending this line here, we will intersect somewhere here, so it will have an angle here. So to find the angle here, we use tan this angle, let's say it's theta, tan theta equal what? Equal gradient itself. Well, gradient itself is 1 over 6, so 1 over 6. Now to find the angle theta here, we will use tan inverse. So tan inverse to the both sides, tan inverse here also, tan inverse of 1 over 6 will get what? Tan inverse with tan, they will cancel each other, so left over is theta equal tan inverse of 1 over 6. Using your calculator and find a tan inverse of 1 over 6. 1 dividing 6 will get 4.46. You should round it to 1 decimal place. In degrees, especially degrees, you should round it to 1 decimal place, so you will get 9.5. In 1 decimal place, it means a tenths, and we have a tenths here 4. We have a tenths here 4. Beside or next to the next 4, we have 6 greater than 5. So add 1 to 4, you will get 9.5 degree. So 9.5 degree our theta. So as you can see, we said the rise over run. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 steps. If you are going to say that it's in here, it should be over 12. Yani that means this line should be here. Intersect the x-axis somewhere here, and it will be on point. I think you should add 2 points here. -3, -4. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You should get somewhere here to find the same, to get the same gradient. Yani we needed to have 2 over 12, and 2 over 12 you will get 1 over 6. This is what I was trying to say it. It's here we have 2 steps from the x-axis, so 2 steps here as a rise, and the run here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It should be intersect somewhere here in this point in here. So -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. So if you are counting these steps, you will get them 12 steps, and you will get it 1 over 6. But direct from A, we found it 1 over 6. So direct take tan theta equal 1 over 6. Then take the inverse function of tan theta, which is tan inverse. So now here work out as a single fraction. As a single fraction, that's mean we have to have just one fraction, top and bottom, without any operation between these two fractions. So here now a single fraction, so we will use the cross multiplication, butterfly multiplication. So we'll multiply 2 times x plus 4. In this case we'll get 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times 4 is 8, so plus 8. Now 1 for sure minus, that's mean minus 1 times x is a minus x, like this here. 1 minus 1 times x is minus x, minus 1 times minus 3 plus 3. So if you are not mastering multiplying by a different sign, so you can use your calculator in this case. So divide by x minus 3 times x, x minus 3 times x plus 4. So we have x minus 3 times x plus 4. 2x minus x is because they are like terms, so we will get x plus 8 plus 3 is plus 11 over x minus 3 times x plus 4. So this is our answer, and you should write it here. So write each of these 4 numbers in the correct place in the Venn diagram below. So first of all, integers, that means they are not decimals, not fractions. So we should try to find out square root of 112 dividing by 7, which is equal to 4. So this is integer 4, so we'll write it here under the square root 112 over 7. For sure this is a root, and I do not have a number. If I multiply by itself twice, I will get a 12. So this kind of number is not an integer, and also it's not rational numbers, because in rational numbers you can write it as a fraction, so it will be a rational number. So you will write it in epsilon here. So here square root of 12. Now 4 over 17, it's clear it's a rational number because it's written as a fraction. Here 2.6 you can write as a fraction, 26 over 10, so it's also a rational number.